Regina Carter. I actually met Regina while I was on the road with Stefan Harris. They had the same booking agent, and so we ended up on a lot of gigs sharing, half Stefan's band and half Regina's band. And so I knew their band. We'd run into them all over the place. And I always loved hanging out with them and listening to them. The music was great, and she's just such a beautiful person, warm, um, and then I guess I was at my parents'. I was home in Michigan, and something happened, and she needed a pianist um, early January, and she said, "Are you available?" I was like, "Yeah, I could be. I think I had to change my ticket or something." Um, she said, "Great. Okay, we have a week at, I don't know if it was called Sweet Basil at the time or Sweet Rhythm, um, but whatever it was called then, there was a gig there for a week." And I was like, "Oh, this is cool." I love Regina's music. And she FedExed the music to me. I got it the next day. And then I just worked on it. I just tried to learn it all. And just had a blast when we got to Sweet whatever. I think it was Sweet Rhythm. And had a great time. And she just kept calling me after that. We did a record, and that was a lot of fun. Um, and I've done a lot of arranging for her for the albums. Her latest albums, there's no piano, but I've done some arranging on there. And whenever she needs piano, she's continued to call me, and I'm honored. It's so much fun. Um, Arranging, I love composing and arranging. It's uh, it's the same as improvising, but you just have more time to think about it, and you can correct yourself. Um, I like seeing what different combinations of instruments sound like. Um, Kind of studying a little orchestration. It's really it's fun to experiment with different sounds, and you have time to do that when you arrange and compose. Um, but at the same time, when I'm accompanying, which I love to do, um, I've worked with a lot of different people, and I just love creating that landscape so people feel comfortable. That's where I'm happiest, I think. Um, and so this is another opportunity for me to do that when I'm arranging and composing. And I've been getting more and more into arranging and just writing for my own group and some film things. I did a lot of commercials, just playing with people, and I really enjoy that aspect of the music, and yeah. Um, yeah, I've written several commercials, and I have I'm a gadget guy also, so I have a MIDI setup. I can travel with it, hard drives, all these orchestras on them, and just a lot of sounds. And so I like experimenting with those sounds, and so I've been doing that since high school, really, since I had my DX7. And now the DX7, I don't know where that is, but I've got some other things. And so I always was looking for an outlet for that side of me. Um, I wasn't going to use it too much in jazz, but how am I going to use it? And so um, I this was one of those things where it kind of happened. I wasn't expecting it, and I was playing solo piano at a private party for a very wealthy donor of jazz at Lincoln Center. And he happened to be a retired ad executive. And so I was just curious how they got the music, because that's a different world. So I just, I'm a real nice guy, and we started talking about it. I said, so where do you guys get music for your commercials from? And he explained. I said, oh, that's great. He said, yeah, I'll put you in touch with my someone at the agency I used to work for, and I was like, oh, cool. And I met with that guy, and he put me in touch with a music house that he loved to work with, and I met with them, and I just gave them some of my music, and they started sending me work. And I love doing that. That scene is also changing, but I really enjoy it because it's so different from what I normally do. And I'll get strange non-musical requests like, can you make this sound more purple? Okay, purple, but no viola. Purple, but no viola. And it's about a baby. Okay, and just, so you put all that together and you try to come up with something, and you look at the video, and so it's a lot of fun, and it's a very fast-paced industry. So I got used to kind of thinking quickly and trying to be creative quickly, which is what we do as jazz musicians also. We're creative on the spot. But this is another, being creative about orchestrating and getting to the point. That's what sometimes is a little different in modern jazz. It used to be like that in earlier jazz, because you had short records and people would play great solos in 30 seconds. And then the 60s, and later people had to build, and just Coltrane happened, and everyone felt like they were Coltrane, and so we all take long solos now. But this was a way to get back to, okay, how can I be creative in 15 or 30 seconds? So. So I'm writing for a string quartet and my trio right now, and I'm writing and arranging for a recording that's upcoming, and it's with my colleague Rodney Whitaker will be playing bass, and my brother will be playing drums, and a string quartet led by Regina Carter, and we're all Michigan musicians. That's where I grew up. I'm not from Detroit, but Detroit I think that's really musically my home. That's where bebop, a lot of the great bebop jazz artists come from, and it's got such a rich history. Even being from Grand Rapids, you feel it. And so this work is actually about Detroit, and I'm writing a piece about where Detroit has been and where it seems like it's going. I mean, we never know where it's going, but just from seeing the resurgence and the artists coming in, and it's something's happening, and it's kind of percolating right now, and I just wanted to write some music about that. And I love strings. I don't want them to just be kind of pads in the background, but to really be integrated. And it's just it's a different sound for me to write in that, for those trio and the string quartet together, of equal importance. I'm really, really excited about this project, and so yeah, looking forward. Hello, this is Xavier Davis, and for more videos, go to jazztimes.com.